Hey folks, Slice'em here again, doing another late night arena grind here real fast. Uh, Feeling fairly safe where I'm at, currently going for Mordo, um, but I figure, hey, I've got a little bit of time on my hands, not much else going on, might as well grind the arena a little bit more to be safe. If you didn't know, got a new top champion, just ranked Iceman up the other day, as you can see there in my little profile deal. Iceman now leading the way, pretty exciting. My first mutant, been trying forever to get a mutant. Um, and so it's finally there. So pretty excited. It was a hard decision between Iceman and Archangel. I decided to go with Iceman, and so far I can say it's been nice. He definitely has quite a few different uses. So here we go. I'm looking to finish this run out with my Mordo run. So while I do this, however, so I've been contemplating 5 stars, the 5-star crystal, what I want to do. Um, excuse me, and which character or characters I want to attempt to go after. Um, and in all this, uh, I've been plotting my idea around going after the 5-star Iceman coming up. Excuse me, tickle in my throat. So I've been plotting on going after the 5-star Iceman for a couple different reasons. I like his versatility. He's great for defense, great for offense. Takes care of evading characters such as Spider-Man, Nightcrawler, so you can really minimize some of the headaches that you run into. Um, However, now I'm starting to wonder on what really is going to be the best way to handle 5 stars. And the reason I bring that up is with Kabam changing the game, and now basically fairly quickly removing your featured 5-star characters and making them a permanent addition to the 5-star crystal, um, are they worth saving up for? Are you going to be able to uh, be unique enough or get the character that you're looking for? You know, um, and at that point, I don't know that exact answer. Um, so now I'm going through my head as Kabam has put out this 5-star crystal shard offer, where basically you can rack up 15,000 shards. It's going to cost you, what did I calculate up? It was like 10,000 units if I remember right. That's a lot of units to pick up 15,000 shards. Essentially, you're looking at one feature 5-star or one and a half of your just standard 5-star crystals. But I don't know for sure what they're going to be doing with these crystals, and when you start overloading them with typical characters, you're basically becoming the 5-star crystal is basically becoming the 4-star crystal, and that's kind of the way the game is moving, it seems. So with the game moving that direction, I don't know if saving up for a saving up for a featured character is going to matter as much, because they're going to be coming back around. They're going to be back in the crystal. Your odds of duping them are going to be becoming less. So it's kind of torn me in two directions. Obviously, I still think the most powerful 5-star in the game is still going to be Star-Lord. Currently, his ability to just ramp up his damage is just unmatched. Other characters may have more versatility, may have some better uses, but at the end of the day, his ability to just blow past people on damage um, helps solve a lot of problems when it comes to in-game content, and will take you a long way. So with that being said, do you start going for Star-Lord now? Do you take all your saved up crystals and say, hey, look, I'm going to cash them in now, hope to dupe my Star-Lord now? Because here before long, the 5-star crystal is going to be overloaded with other characters. I don't know. Or do you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to save up, I'm going to cash in 30,000 shards for 2 premiums and hope that I pull the feature champion. small odds. But if you did it, you got you've got the champion you want. You've got him duped. It makes it very difficult. I'm not a big fan of what they're doing to the 5-star or to the 5-star shard crystal, but it's definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to change the way you approach the game. And the problem is, in my mind, until we see exactly how it plays out, we're never really going to know. So, very interesting to see where this goes. In the meantime, I will say the good news is, in the meantime, I think you're looking at a while before the game reaches that point, to the point where it becomes the norm. I mean, you're still looking at a long time to be able to save up the crystals that you need to put together a run at some of the champions. So that, to me, is the biggest upside to it. I think it's a while before the game really causes any kind of chaos to the game. And I've done a good job of getting myself back into a corner. There we go. Sorry, I just enjoy stacking her shocks up. But I think you're looking at a while before the game gets to that point where, well, son of a crap. Went to use the L2 and hit L3. The shock damage is still going to be enough to cause problems, and there we go. So I'm anxious to see. I'm very curious to see how the 5-star crystal changes, how it morphs over time here. I think it's definitely going to have an impact, but I think it's a while before we see that impact. It's not like your average character or your average player is going to be whipping out a 5-star crystal, every week, every 2 weeks, every month. So that's where I think it doesn't play as big of a factor as it could. The issue is, at that point, and maybe this is where Kabam is able to split the elite players from the average player now, because at this point, your average player is only going to have a few 5-stars. Yeah, they have a chance of getting anybody as a 5-star, where previously elite players have saved and went for that feature champion. But now, basically, you're looking at anybody can get anybody in the 5-star crystal. But the problem is you're not going to be able to duplicate it. You're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to just say, "Hey, I'm going after so and so." 1 second. And again, I will always respond to the people in my live chat because my current stream is laggy, so I apologize if I take a break talking. But my point here is, it will be harder for the average player to duplicate a 5-star champion now. And I think that will be what separates your top tier players and your average players. Your average Joe Schmo that is just getting a champion when he can, great for him. Hey, now I can spend 10,000 units, or not 10,000 units, but 10,000 shards, and I have a shot at getting the same champion that this guy spent months on previously going after his featured champion. But the odds of me duping that champion goes down, down, down. Because every time a new champ is added, my odds drastically change. And I think that's where you're going to see the biggest difference between the elite players and the average players that are just cracking a 5-star or crystal when it's available. So pretty big difference. I'd be very interested to hear what anybody has to say about it. And because my stream is laggy, I'm aware I can't get exactly live feedback. But I think what we're going to see is kind of what I spoke about. I think it's going to, yes, anybody can get anybody in a 5-star now, but only the true elite players are going to have a chance to really duplicate those champions, because you're throwing more and more into the sandbox. I mean, think of it as a bag of marbles. You know, if you've got a bag full of marbles and you want to pull the white marble, well, if you've got 5 black marbles and 1 white, the odds are a little bit better than if you've got 20 million black marbles, you know. And that's what you're looking at, is the odds of duplicating your champion start to go down. So Nicole in the live chat says May 30th is the era of the 5-stars. So appears that's when it's all going to really begin. I'm anxious to see. I'm looking forward to see which way you go. And at that point, it comes down to, is it best to save, or are you better off to just spend as you go and hope? I don't know. And Nicole's even mentioning how it's going to change the game. And it is. It's drastically going to change the way people go after champions. All right. Ooh. That was horrible. Bad blocking back to back. There's my bleed. And the neurotoxin will lead to him being as toast. Nicole, a very good player, an amazing account. I dueled her once, I believe, if I remember right. Anyway, with that being said, great player, 3 accounts. She's excited, looking forward to the 5-star champion crystal change. And again, I agree. I think it's going to be good for the game. I think what it does is it allows the average player to feel special, to get 5 stars, to get that champion that they wanted. Because right now, if you are a average player and you want an Iceman, you want an Archangel, a Mordo, a Hyperion, any of those guys in a 5-star, good luck. I hope you have saved up 15,000 crystals by the time they roll around, because if you haven't, you'll never see them. You're never going to get them. Instead, you're stuck with the general population of 5 stars. And at that point, you're praying to pull something good, such as a Star-Lord. At least with the new system, I think you have more people looking for 5-star crystals because they're hoping to get the champion they want. They're hoping to find that champion that's their hero. Whether it's the Nightcrawler, the Spider-Man, the Storm, the Beast, Cable, whoever it is, it doesn't matter at that point. They have a shot. Whereas now, if it's not there, then who cares? It's a great ploy for Kabam. I mean, let's be honest. The average player sees a chance to maybe get a 5-star champion that they're wanting. I can see a lot more of these 5-star shard offers coming in our future. It's going to be a great way for Kabam to get the average player to spend the dime on top tier champions. Does it possibly affect the elite? Sure, maybe. But I think at the end of the day, the effect of it is so minimal that top tier players shouldn't have to worry about it. And on top of it, let's all be honest, it's not the champions that make the player. It's about how good you are at the game. If you're a good player, you're a good player. The champions will come. So that's my opinion on the 5-star changes. I don't see it being a detriment to the game. I think it makes the average player feel more in tune with the game, like they have a chance to succeed. um, and they're going to have a chance to feel like they belong in that upper echelon. Whether or not they do belong in that upper echelon, two totally different stories. But they can get the character that they've always dreamed of and feel that way. I absolutely have enjoyed and dreaded this grind for Mordo. Last night I planned to get to about 4.5 million. Uh, I didn't even post my full video from last night because I took some medicine last night. As you can tell, I've had a little bit of a head cold, and it knocked me out. Put me back on my ass, and it was a pain. Um, all of a sudden, I talking crazy talk, not paying attention to what I'm doing and saying. Luckily, I didn't lose my win streak last night and came out okay, but it was brutal there for a while. It was not good, so I may go back and put those all up there just for giggles, but it was definitely interesting to say the least. So, Nicole says some people will stop max 4-star version because of the 5-star. And that's absolutely correct. Um, I think you're going to see some people that don't see a need to run to rank 5 on a 4-star anymore because now you can get that character as a 5-star. So if you can get it as a 5-star, why waste the catalyst? Why waste the money, the gold, all the supplies on a 4-star when that character could be easily replaced by one lucky good pull in a 5-star shard or in a 5-star crystal? Oh, the evasive Spider-Man annoys me to death. You gotta be kidding me. And I think it makes it worse because then I just want to chase him. Whew. Got lucky on that crit. Holy smokies. Wow. I should be more than safe at 5.5 million. I may try to push myself up a little over the 6 million. Get up tomorrow morning, do another round or two in the arena just to try and see what I can run it up to be safe. There's no way Mordo should be going for quite this high. Yes, he is a great defender, but after that, that's really about all he brings to the party. He has some other uses, but that's an awful lot to pay for a guy that is known mainly for his ability to defend on a war. So while I'm thinking about it, after this, I'm going to be having the Voodoo Arena coming up. So I'll definitely be grinding for that, and I'll be doing a lot of that live. It's just a lot easier for me to grind when it's live. I can at least talk to people, have some fun, chat, and I'm not bored out of my mind. So that makes it enjoyable at least. So we're going to have the Voodoo grind coming up. I'm afraid it's going to be just as bad as Mordo. I dread that end of it. But it is what it is. So after